JavaScript was created by Brendan Eich in 1995 to give web pages a little more pep than the blink tag could provide. Today it has far more powerful uses, and companies like Google and Facebook use JavaScript to build complex, desktop-like web applications. With the launch of Node.js, it has also become one of the most popular languages for building server-side software. Today, even the web isn't big enough to contain JavaScript's versatility. I believe that you are already aware of these facts, and this has made you land on this JavaScript interview questions video. So, if you are planning to start your career in JavaScript and you wish to know the skills related to it, now is the right time to dive in, when the technology is in its blossoming state. JavaScript interview questions will provide you with in-depth knowledge and help you prepare for your interviews. Before I start JavaScript interview question answer session, I request to subscribe my YouTube channel and press bell icon to get notification in your inbox.
What is JavaScript?
JavaScript is a lightweight, interpreted programming language with object-oriented capabilities that allows you to build interactivity into otherwise static HTML pages. The general-purpose core of the language has been embedded in Netscape, Internet Explorer, and other web browsers.
What are the data types supported by JavaScript?
The data types supported by JavaScript are undefined, null, Boolean, string, symbol, number, and object.
What are the features of JavaScript?
There are 4 features of JavaScript. First is, it is a lightweight, interpreted programming language. Second is, it is designed for creating network-centric applications. Third is, it is complementary to and integrated with Java. And fourth is, it is an open and cross-platform scripting language.
Is JavaScript a case-sensitive language?
Yes, JavaScript is a case-sensitive language. The language keywords, variables, function names, and any other identifiers must always be typed with a consistent capitalization of letters.
What are the advantages of JavaScript?
There are 4 advantages of using JavaScript. First is, less server interaction. You can validate user input before sending the page off to the server. This saves server traffic, which means less load on your server. Second is, immediate feedback to the visitors. They don't have to wait for a page reload to see if they have forgotten to enter something. Third is, increased interactivity. You can create interfaces that react when the user hovers over them with a mouse or activates them via the keyboard. And fourth is, richer interfaces. You can use JavaScript to include such items as drag and drop components and sliders to give a rich interface to your site visitors.
What are the scopes of a variable in JavaScript?
The scope of a variable is the region of your program in which it is defined. JavaScript variable will have only 2 scopes. First is, global variables. A global variable has global scope, which means it is visible everywhere in your JavaScript code. And second is, local variables. A local variable will be visible only within a function where it is defined. Function parameters are always local to that function.
What is the purpose of this operator in JavaScript?
The JavaScript this keyword refers to the object it belongs to. This has different values depending on where it is used. In a method, this refers to the owner object, and in a function, this refers to the global object.
What is callback?
A callback is a plain JavaScript function passed to some method as an argument or option. It is a function that is to be executed after another function has finished executing, hence the name callback. In JavaScript, functions are objects. Because of this, functions can take functions as arguments, and can be returned by other functions.
What is closure? Give an example.
Closures are created whenever a variable that is defined outside the current scope is accessed from within some inner scope. It gives you access to an outer function's scope from an inner function. In JavaScript, closures are created every time a function is created. To use a closure, simply define a function inside another function and expose it.
How does typeof operator work?
The typeof operator is used to get the data type of its operand. The operand can be either a literal or a data structure such as a variable, a function, or an object. It is a unary operator that is placed before its single operand, which can be of any type. Its value is a string indicating the data type of the operand.
How to delete a cookie using JavaScript.
If you want to delete a cookie so that subsequent attempts to read the cookie return nothing, you just need to set the expiration date to a time in the past. You should define the cookie path to ensure that you delete the right cookie. Some browsers will not let you delete a cookie if you don't specify the path.
Name some of the JavaScript frameworks.
A JavaScript framework is an application framework written in JavaScript. It differs from a JavaScript library in its control flow. There are many JavaScript frameworks available, but some of the most commonly used frameworks are Angular, React, and Vue.
What is the difference between inner hail and inner text?
Inner hail, it will process an HTML tag if found in a string. Inner text, it will not process an HTML tag if found in a string.
What is an event bubbling in JavaScript?
Event bubbling is a way of event propagation in the HTML DOM API, when an event occurs in an element inside another element, and both elements have registered a handle for that event. With bubbling, the event is first captured and handled by the innermost element and then propagated to outer elements. The execution starts from that event and goes to its parent element. Then the execution passes to its parent element and so on till the body element.
What is nan in JavaScript?
Nan is a short form of not a number. Since nan always compares unequal to any number, including nan, it is usually used to indicate an error condition for a function that should return a valid number. When a string or something else is being converted into a number and that cannot be done, then we get to see nan.
What is a prompt box in JavaScript?
A prompt box is a box which allows the user to enter input by providing a text box. The prompt method displays a dialog box that prompts the visitor for input. A prompt box is often used if you want the user to input a value before entering a page. When a prompt box pops up, the user will have to click either OK or Cancel to proceed after entering an input value.
How to read a cookie using JavaScript.
Reading a cookie is just as simple as writing one, because the value of the document.cookie object is the cookie. So you can use this string whenever you want to access the cookie. There are two ways to read cookies, such as: first is, the document.cookie string will keep a list of name equals value pairs separated by semicolons, where name is the name of a cookie and value is its string value. Second is, you can use strings split function to break the string into key and values.
What is the difference between local storage and session storage?
Local storage, the data is not sent back to the server for every HTTP request, HTML, images, JavaScript, CSS, etc., reducing the amount of traffic between client and server. It will stay until it is manually cleared through settings or program. Session storage, it is similar to local storage, the only difference is while data stored in local storage has no expiration time, data stored in session storage gets cleared when the page session ends. Session storage will leave when the browser is closed.
What is the difference between the operators double equal to and triple equal to?
The main difference between double equal to and triple equal to operator is that formerly compares variable by making type correction. For example, if you compare a number with a string with numeric literal, double equal to allows that, but triple equal to doesn't allow that, because it not only checks the value but also type of two variable. If two variables are not of the same type, triple equal to return false, while double equal to return true.
What is the use of window object?
The window object is created automatically by the browser that represents a window of a browser. It is not an object of JavaScript. It is a browser object. The window object is used to display the pop-up dialog box. Following is window object in JavaScript. First is alert, displays the alert box containing the message with OK button. Second is confirm, displays the confirm dialog box containing the message with OK and cancel button. Third is prompt, displays a dialog box to get input from the user. Fourth is open, opens the new window. Fifth is close, closes the current window. And last is set timeout, performs the action after specified time, like calling function, evaluating expressions,